The ideal leader. You can't unite people who don't ever share the same moral standpoints. It will take a movement, not a single politician. Gerrymandering reform. Reign in social media. Robust protections against foreign propaganda. Universal healthcare which will unleash the creative potential of the American people. Repeal Citizens United, amendment that corporations are not people and have no free speech or political rights and are banned from contributing to political causes. Only natural persons have these rights. Unions similarly barred. Limits on campaign contributions. Just for a start. We're a big fucking country with a lot of different mindsets. No one person could unite us entirely, sans some sort of world war where we have to bond together against different countries or die. Obama but white. Sadly that still matters to a bunch of horrible people. What kind of mechanic would it take to fix this 747 that's on fire and falling out of the sky? No one. The system itself is defective for long-term democracy. Need to get money out of USA politics entirely. I think a progressive populist who had the communication skills to break through the false binary choices on issues like gun control, abortion, economic regulations, etc. The majority of Americans agree on these issues, but they are such emotionally charged buzzwords that politicians on both sides have figured out how to manipulate to keep people angry and divided. Edit since this has come up multiple times in the comments. Gun control. https://news.gallup.com poll 513623 majority, continues, favor, stricter, gun, laws.aspx. Abortion. https://news.gallup.com poll 1576 abortion.aspx. Economic regulations is much more nuanced, especially in a polling format. This is an area with much less consensus among Americans but few examples. https://news.gallup.com opinion polling, matters 396737 average, American, remains, higher, taxes, rich.aspx. https://news.gallup.com poll 468401 majority, say, gov, insure, healthcare.aspx. One that isn't beholden to billionaires and foreign powers. The problem isn't the politicians though. It's the moral rot in our people themselves. It's kind of hard to find a midpoint between I think everyone should be able to get healthcare without going bankrupt, those people shouldn't exist. At this point it's impossible. It's been clear now that the system is corrupted and broken to the core. Someone who could unite the working class. We need reliable media in order to get a solid candidate though. Our news specifically pits us against each other. Our issues are because of the Epstein class. Sorry, this genie is out of the bottle. We now know how far apart we are in our thinking and there's no going back. A common enemy where we'd have to fight for our lives and not have time to think about the rest of the sure is about the only thing that will unite anyone. None. Until the media stops being owned by billionaires and Citizens United is repealed, people will be too stupid to realize when someone that's not on their team is doing something good for them. It'll never happen. There's too much money to be made with fear-mongering and keeping people divided. Facts. Not happening anytime soon, as current winner takes all U.S. politics has both sides coalescing into two parties to make it, each with its own inner inconsistencies. Despite the Great Depression, 1929-1935-ish, FDR was vilified. And even now lauded JFK barely beat Nixon in 1960. It won't take a person, it will take a crisis. It's far too late for that. A non-neoliberal. But every politician in the West is now neoliberal. So it ain't gonna happen. I'm not sure, because more than half the American population seems to only respond to mean-spirited assholes telling them to hate others. One that doesn't demonize or denigrate the other side for starters. I think that would go an exceptionally long way. The issue with the divide in the USA is not politicians, it's the right-wing media that is owned by a handful of people who do not have our best interests at heart. Impossible. Best we can hope for is 70. A JFK type with charisma. Reddit is the last place this should be asked. A white man who spent 12 years as an Army Ranger and saw combat, who then got out and with the help of the GI Bill got a double major in economics and world history, then started a successful business, who then spent most of his money on philanthropy and social services before becoming a lawyer and then began running for office. I think that guy would cover all the bases. Jon Stewart, but I don't think he really wants to run. So, for real. Jon Ossoff seems like he could do a pretty good job. The one who can repeal Citizens United and restore the fairness doctrine in media. Extraterrestrial like Kong and Kodos. One that doesn't literally demonize people just because they disagree with them. People aren't divided because of politicians. We're divided because some people are actual evil to the core. What kind of voters would it take to unite the United States? The kind that holds pedophiles accountable for their crimes. Not a politician, but an existential threat. Some enemy that we can all agree is more important to deal with than our silly differences. Short of that, I don't see the rift getting mended anytime soon. Have you ever seen Independence Day? Yeah, that's about the only way. I don't think it is possible. The left hates the right hates the left, and both sides increasingly hate centrists. There is uniting the USA and fixing the USA. Two different things. I just hope to hell it's not attempted with Newsom. No, I don't think Vance cuts the mustard either. Mark Kelly checks a lot of boxes. But no one is perfect. Apparently a child rapist billionaire was more divisive than I could have imagined.